Hey folks, it's Babbage We're back in the Long Dark. Currently hanging out here in camp office. We're still looking for saplings. We need to find some maple saplings so we can make a bow. Okay. So we searched the lake already, and all the cabins.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Hold on a second. I heard a noise. I'll be back in a quick second. Okay. Always spooky when I hear a sound. It's like someone come home? Someone in the house? My roommate keeps very different hours than me right now, so they're always getting back at odd times. For no really exciting reason other than labs are just taking up so much time for them. Okay, are we going up to the fire lookout or are we going straight to the dam? I'm inclined to go straight to the dam, because I think we can probably find saplings on the way in there. No, we really need to pick up more sticks.
Come on, little fire. Perfect.
Okay, so I need guts and hides. Okay, that's our first two guts. Okay, so we're already at 3. We're not obligated to take them with us, so that's good.
is getting too heavy to carry.
So we're just moving along here. Weather's getting worse. So hopefully we don't get caught in the blizzard too quickly. But it's already too late. And the blizzard has come.
Starting to feel numb.
Ooh.
Wait. Things are cold. I'm warming up a bit.
Okay. Too windy to really do much right now.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer. with this much gear. Trees. Because I'm gonna eat a tree.
I had big plans of doing 2 hour stream tonight. I don't know if I'm going to make it 2 hours. I think maybe I'll make an hour. Oh. Uh-oh.
I could eat a horse. That's saying a lot, because I love horses.
Oh boy. Wondering if I should make some tea to keep myself a little bit more awake.
Damn. Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Okay, let's go once again looking for our saplings. First, we'll see if we left anything inside the dam. Okay. Tired. Forgetful.
I'm sure I can carry much more.
More water. No sapling. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pause, make some tea, see if that will help me wake up a little bit more. Okay, back in the old. Yeah, back again. Yeah, so we're taking so many breaks. Had a late start, and then I also have to be up super early tomorrow morning, so. Okay, we've already done all these. No. Really nothing left.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
So we're still looking for saplings. Okay, we're still selling no saplings anywhere.
I can't feel my feet. This pack is getting too heavy to carry. Oh, so cold.
Okay. What's it taking so long to harvest this thing? Okay. Let's see how we're doing here. Uh-oh. Big wind coming through. I think I hear someone. What is that? Hmm. There's just like no saplings anywhere. How weird. Okay. What are we gonna do here? Hmm. We've completely struck out on saplings. Hey, Roller.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Greetings from the... what is it? From BreakCon. Okay. Speaking of break, I think I'm going to take a short pause here. Oh, you had to get away from work? Yeah, sometimes you have to do that. Today I took a little break from school. I was like, I had no classes. I just had homework and work. And so I just put in about 3 hours of work today. And then I just said, you know what? I'm done. The project I was working on is mostly caught up. Had a meeting with one of my professors about a report that I'm working on. I'm going to try to get done by next week. Then other than that, I just decided I would just stay home and veg on the couch for a little bit. I'm supposed to be finishing up another project. I'll do that tomorrow. But yeah, brain was kind of fried. It's been a long week. I keep taking breaks because I anticipate my roommate's going to get back soon, and I'd like to greet them when they get back because they've been having a really, really rough week too. So, figure it helps, right? Okay, so the wind has died down, but we have had no success in tracking down any maple saplings. I don't know. Start going to the other areas. Also weird, no wolves. Probably all in the lake right now. Well, I think this should be working, although I don't think I have any clips. Let's see, who should we shout out just to test this out and see if this works? I think I got the Twitch Guru clip player working again. Let's do a shout out to Prof. Niels. Yeah, I'm going to do a shout out, see if that works. Does it play the clip? Nope. Okay, do you want to try playing one of the sound clips instead then? Like a sound alert thing. Because when I checked earlier, I was able to get that reset up, I think. Hear anything? No. It's still displaying that. Okay, I tried this. I was able to log in earlier the other day. But I noticed that it doesn't like it if I'm on VPN. I'm wondering if that's the continued problem. Or it's just slow. Wow, that's really bizarre. Yeah, it just blocks me. Weird. But if I'm not connected, this is going to be really frustrating. Hmm. Okay, we will go back to the drawing board and figure out if there's a different way to do it, or if maybe I just try to switch most of my alerts over to using, I don't know. We'll see. There may be a better way to do it. Oh, actually, yeah, let me think about that. Is there a way to do... Let's see here. Yeah, I think there might be a way for me to do it within Twitch. I'll have to see what they've done to change this. I don't know. But it should support the sound alert stuff, but for some reason it's not, so I don't know what's going on. Yeah, for next time. Always for next time. Okay. One of these days we're going to have a bow. Maybe we'll have a bow by day 100 at the rate we're going. I can't believe we scoured almost all of Mystery Lake and not found a maple sapling. Seems so bizarre. Yep, there's a wolf over there. Really? Yep. Yeah, so I'm thinking I'll probably do a relatively short stream tonight. I won't do the full 2 hours. I'll probably just do an hour and a half. Because I have to be up early. I have a 7 a.m. meeting on Zoom, which means I will probably need to be up by like 5:45, 6. Because I want to fit my exercise in and my shower, so it's once a month, but it's unfortunately when you host an event, a monthly event for a monthly meetup event on Zoom for international writers who are not in North America for the most part, then you have to adjust to their time zones.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Don't need jeans. Another might involve dogs. Like the dogs will be playing along? What? What's going on? Or roleplay as dogs?
Carry this load for much longer.
Is that a backpack or a rock? Nope. Who's a cat? Another recent story.
this much gear.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Tear this down. Yeah, tomorrow it's back to my Friday night D&D campaign, so looking forward to that. Saturday I should be able to sleep in for a little bit, which would be nice. Just try and keep our stuff in decent condition. Okay. Cool. Oh, we should be spending more time outside. I keep forgetting about our cabin fever risk. It's getting worse. Okay.
Oh, I'm starving. Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
No, this is not working.
I hate being cold, because I really do.
Oh.
It's a goddamn freezing.
Two. $63, yeah, so we have to spend some time out here.
I never thought I'd be dying from starvation. This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Yes. Stuff knocked down on the ground. Okay. So I'm trying to think what else I can report on. Yeah, I mean, it's just been a little discouraging. The research project I've been assigned to help out with, I mean, it's a good thing that I kind of got them to the point where they're back to doing research and they don't need my help right now. But they don't need my help right now, so I need to find things to work on. So, which means if I have projects to work on, then I'm authorized to work a few extra hours. But if I don't have projects to work on, then I'm supposed to stay, pretty close to the low end of my hours per week. Yeah. So next week, barring a sudden new project to work on, I may be back to my lower hours for a few weeks until someone else comes forward. But then there's also tutorial stuff that I can work on, so. And we're out of bannock, we're out of flour. We're out of oil? I don't know. What are we out of? We're effectively out of flour. Right, still that.
I'm not going to be able to.
Okay. Which one's better? 89, 90. They're about the same. Yeah, I mean, I could work on Into the Dark Wood. I just like can't. I was told that I can't build training hours anymore, so I have to be project hours as much as possible. Which kind of hinders me if I don't have enough projects that people have signed me up for. I can't wave a magic wand and then suddenly like make a whole bunch of projects that show up. But definitely, as I clear more stuff out of my schedule, I'll be able to spend more time when I'm not working on Into the Dark Woods or other games. I don't think there's not going to be anything up there. Yeah, it's I think there's a gap in understanding between like my our team director's understanding of things, which is basically that we are a resource team that supports other people as needs come up, versus how the university wants to measure things, which is like, what did you guys do this week, And some weeks, we don't have people coming forward to make requests, so then you have to make up stuff, right? It's just like more, tutorials, toolkits, stuff like that. Which, I mean, most of what I'm doing is I'm taking the specific case projects that I was working on and then converting them into generic case things that could be built off of in the future by someone else. So they don't need to know the specifics of the original project. There's enough of the framework that will, be useful to someone working on that type of project. But yeah, I mean, what we really need is just like a longer line of people that want to work with us. But we're going into the summer, so that will mean for some projects they will be on hold for the summer while people are off doing other things, going to conferences, spending time with family, things like that. And in other cases, people will be taking breaks from their teaching load and will have time to actually work on the research, in which case we might get a few more projects. You back again? That's you. And your buddy over there, too. I gotta go away. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting caught up this weekend on my last few projects, and then my goal is by the end of the month to get to the point where I can just get a decent night's sleep and kind of roll to the end of the term without too much stress. always feels longer on the way back. So all these trees, all this lumber, and we can't find saplings. So, oh, we went the wrong direction. I see. There's Mr. Bear.
My fingers feel numb.
Yeah, this is just a trap. Yeah, we got turned around and went in the wrong direction, and then we wondered why it took us so long to get back to the tracks, and then realized we weren't back at the tracks. And there's the wolf again.
It's so cold. I just want to lay down for a bit.
So one of the other things I did was I got in contact with someone at the library that oversees the writer in residence program, which is basically a 3 or 4 month position at the library. So they're going to apparently be advertising new position or the next round of this position in, I can't remember if it's end of this month or end of May. End of the month that begins with an M, right? So it's March or May. Anyways, I can look that up. But I figure it's another thing to do. Pays bills, or in the short term. It would probably be for start of 2026. Oh, what are you doing up here? And so that would buy me another 3 months, 3 or 4 months of work. If I don't have a continuation on what I'm doing right now. Everyone's got a critic. Everyone's got a comment. Go away. We're still so... Oh, this is bad. Cabin fever's still high. Still no saplings. But yeah, like so, let's say a 4 month position, January to April, something to that effect. Um, I think that's when it usually is, and that would be. I don't know what the pay is. I looked at the last posting; it didn't really disclose that. Um, but yeah, it would be basically similar to other posts that I've had as a writer in residence. I mean, I don't think I'm ever going to top the 10 month position I had at the public library back home. That was awesome. 10 months and work 1 day a week and, or in office 1 day a week. And then you have up to 10 hours of consultations plus host or help program the occasional event. So that was kind of ideal. The pay was excellent. Excellent for the amount of work I did, right? um, but it was great to have a 10 month position like that. Yeah. Where do you know? Oh, he's chasing deer. Might be able to get a free meal here. Oh, we did. Look at that. What is up with that? They can't even see us. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take a short break here. Be back. Okay, tea has been refilled. And I am ready to cook this deer. I don't think I have enough firewood. Oh, look at us. We leave for a second and we get a silly
One little fire.
bot shows up in our chat.
Oh,
Okay, are we going to be able to stay warm enough with just what we got here? I don't know. It's going to be a tough call here. Don't attack me, buddy. Okay, good news is we're warm enough to do this. Oh, and I still have to deal with that annoying bot. Hold on a second here. Block. Mr. Bot. Okay. Was that one cold?
barely walk with this much gear.
Okay. Yeah, we got a big deer this time. But we don't need to harvest meat. We need to harvest guts and hides, so... Don't even have to keep them, we just have to harvest them.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry. The sun is setting. It'll get a lot colder soon.
Uh-oh. One of these was not ready. Okay.
I'm so hungry.
So yeah, so in addition to looking for librarian roles, I think I'm just expanding to look at local writer-in-residence roles, just because I know I can do that type of work, and I have prior experience doing it, and good credentials, so a good chance of getting it. And with that in mind, you know, that would at least sure have something to do. Puts me in the neighborhood of working in libraries. Okay, got a new problem here. So we got our 3. New second minus 3, so we're at 6 now. We're going to fill our belly. That's what I was worried about. Now it's foggy. This is worrisome. Yeah, this may be a bad idea, but we're going to harvest what we can here. Let's see if the fog is cleared away. Nope, not particularly. Hey, what are we looking at here? We're at day 63. Cooking's halfway. So close. Okay, so the good news is we'll have completely harvested this guy out. Definitely got trouble here. Spooky. Okay, there's the rail line. I'm just going to move a bunch of this meat in here. No, we don't need that much.
Come on, little fire. Oh, yeah. That's good.
Okay. With all these bad torches, we need to turn into sticks so we can keep this, make new torches.
Gotta warm up somehow. I've never felt so cold in my life.
Okay. Left all my teas back there. That was really smart. So dark out right now.
I'm not gonna be able to carry this load for much longer.
It's too foggy. Honestly, it's too foggy. So I think we're just going to press back to the dam, and then we'll come back next time in the morning to pick up our stuff at the other fire. I was going to wrap up early tonight, but instead I got stuck in this thing. Oh well. Yeah, I can't believe we wandered all over the place and could not find a single sapling. Where did all the maple saplings go? There's like one more place that I can think of that we haven't been to yet. We were going to go there to the unnamed pond and beyond to like, there's like a little cabin back there in a moose clearing area. And yeah, we didn't check it out because we almost ran into the bear. So we were like backed off and left them alone. But now we got the chicken and egg problem, which is like, didn't want to deal with the bear until I had a bow. But if the maple sapling's there, then we have to go there in order to get the maple sapling. Otherwise, we have to exit this region without having made a bow, which sucks, but might just be the reality. It might be day 75 before we get a bow at this rate. Yeah, I know. It's going to be the longest run without a bow. Okay.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
At least we have a bed in here. We don't have to use our bedroll. Okay. Yeah, we already broke down all the wood we can. It is what it is. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Cabin fever risk is almost manageable. Okay, so where are we at with our schedule? Day 64. Getting closer to cooking 5. Okay. So exit and re-enter, and
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
just make a note here. That log sort, I think it's called log sort. Yeah. Okay, so we're just going to save here. We'll read a poem and we will be done for tonight. Okay, day 64 it is. Date the counter. Ooh. Lately I've been wanting to do something different from poetry, but I'm not certain what I want to read. I will do this one. I don't know. Do I want to do that one? Ah, maybe we'll do that one. Hmm. If anything, I keep feeling like I just, I think this summer I just need to buckle down and write because I'm starting to get tired of reading my poems. Um, because I feel like I need to offer you something new, and I keep reading. Feel like, oh, I feel like I've done this one, and this one, and this one. Um, so it makes me want to go to like things that like I never get to read. And there are poems that I don't get to read because they are not published. And there are other poems I don't get to read because they're not in those two books. So I'm going to go and see if I can find something that be an interesting poem to read that not currently, that has been published, but just not. Let's see here. Or we could read someone else's poem to start. Yeah. Don't mind me. I'm just going through. Okay, we'll read someone else's poem first, then we'll read something that is an old poem that I don't get to read very often. Hmm. You know, I feel like I want to read something from Larry Levis again. Let's see. So Larry Levis is one of my favorite. Um, Philip Levine, Larry Levis, Lee Young Lee. These are some of my favorite poets that I like to read. And problem with Levis is a lot of his poems are long, so we want to read something that's not overly long. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Yeah, let's see here. Okay, I think I'm going to read. This one's not, well, it's a little long, but it's also, the lines are short, so hopefully it will be fine. This is from Larry Levis's Winter Stars, published by University of Pittsburgh Press. This was originally published in 1985. Though his name is infinite, my father is asleep. When my father disappeared, he did not go into hiding. In old age, he was infinite. So where could he hide? No, he went into his name. He went into his name and into the way two words keep house. The way two words keep house, each syllable swept clean again when you say them. That's how my father left. And that's how my father went out of his house forever. Imagine a house. Imagine a house without words, the family speechless for once at the kitchen table, and all night a hard wind ruining the mottled skin of plums in the orchard, and no one lifting a finger to stop it. But imagine no word for house, or wind, in a bare place always, and soon it will all disappear, brick and stone and wood, all three are wind when you can't say house, and know any more what it is. Say, Father, then to no one, or say, my father was himself a house, or say each word's a house, some lit and some abandoned, and then go one step further and say, a name is a home, as remote and as intimate. Say, home, then, or say, I'll never go home again, or say, years later, with that baffled, ironic smile, I'm on my way home, or say as he did not, I'm going into my name. Go further, take a chance and say, a name is infinite. Repeat all the names you know, all the names you've ever heard, the living and the dead, the precise light snow of their syllables. Say your own name, or say a last name. Say mine. Say his, say a name so old and frayed by common use, it's lost all meaning now and sounds like a house being swept out, like wind when there's no house. Say finally there is no way to document this or describe the passing of a father, that faint scent of time, or how he swore delicately, quickly against it, without ever appearing to hurry the ceremony of swearing, and say, too, how you disliked and loved him, how he stays up all night now in two words, how his worn-out infinite name outwits death when you say it, and say finally how the things he had to do for you humiliated him until he could not get his breath, and say how much they mattered, how necessary he was, and then before sleep admit also that his name is nothing, light as three syllables, lighter than pain or art, lighter than history, and tell how two words that mean nothing to anyone else once meant a world to you, and how sometimes even you, in the sleep of those syllables, wind, crushed bone, and ashes, begin to live again. Yeah, I mean, Levis was amazing as a poet. His voice, just the way that he could weave language together and pull like all these strange, like he could take a simple thought about how a name is a home or a house that becomes empty. And what does it mean, when that person is gone and it becomes uninhabited? And then when you speak the word that is the name of the person that's gone, what is that? It is simultaneously infinite and absent. It's the wind. Anyways, just gorgeous poem. And one that resonates with me because, April's coming up. And so that's also the anniversary of my father's death. So, yeah, so let's pull something else out, something that's not in the books. And I think in this particular case, maybe what we're looking at is I've read this a few times before, but I think this kind of fits in. This is, I'd say, one of the first poems I wrote after my father's passing. Actually, no. Was it? It's hard to say. I feel like I had the lines of this jotted down in notes. There may have been other poems I ended up writing more quickly than this one. Yeah, I think that's fair to say, because I can think of at least two poems in my first book that were written, relatively shortly after my father's passing, that grew out of blog posts that I'd written. This one that I'm going to read came, I think, a little bit later, but the notes for it were there in the early days. And I remember sort of that yeah, I'll talk about it after this, but it's called Vigil. Tonight the moon lies down in a room darkened by boxes. The moth at the clear window battles the dimming arc of light. Someone weighs a wooden heart at a table, splintered and raw, burning like a knot in the fire, wondering what sound it will make. Who has laid the matches in the tinder? Who has laid the smoke in the ground? Tell me something I have forgotten, now that the ice has dug itself deep into the soil, now that everywhere I see and hear what soon will disappear. The lost horse stranded at the side of a barren field, the car engine turning, until its voice is gone. So this is a poem that ultimately is about grief, but is not as direct. It tries to get at the experience of loss, and the car trying to turn over until its voice is gone it's a car, but it's also us. It's our heart trying to start over again. The wooden heart on the table, splintered and raw, and yet on fire. The moth, trapped at the window. In the week after my father's passing, I stayed with my mother during that time, and she did not want to be alone, so I stayed with her and slept in the same room as her. And, that was a feeling in the air about this rawness. And at the same time, the moonlight coming in through the window and the ice. It was late spring, and yet this metaphorical ice was in the ground, all about us, still. Yeah. So I think like writing about grief is incredibly hard, because the more you try to write directly about it, the more it falls apart in your hands in terms of language. It will either sound didactic, like you're trying to preach or convince yourself of something, but it won't feel sincere at all. Or you will run into the wall where you realize that language just fails abysmally to name something that feels like Levis talks about is infinite. It's beyond comprehension. How do you begin to say something that feels impossible? So I think those are the things that were driving me in trying to write my way through that poem. I think, when I go back to this third unfinished manuscript, there's a part of me that kept telling myself that it was done writing about grief. But here's the reality that I'm sitting with right now, and that's the fact that I'm just getting older. And it will continue to be a part of my life. I will continue to watch and experience loss. And that's just the nature of life. And I will have to navigate that. And it's not that old losses disappear, but they take on new forms over time. And I think it's a lesson we learn from Gregory Orr, who's another American poet that writes a lot about loss and tragedy and trauma and what that means. For him, exploring and trying to make sense of something that's impossible to make sense of, a tragedy in his youth where he was ultimately responsible for the death of his own brother in a hunting accident. It's like, I've never had to deal with that. That's not my trauma or burden to carry. But there are other losses that settle in deep into us, and we have to figure out how to write our way around. And some things from the outside seem insignificant to others, but may feel like tremendously difficult. I'm still trying to figure out how to write about my sister's first husband, and when he took his life, and what that meant. It was not that we were alike at all. It wasn't even that we spent a lot of time together, but it still felt like this incomprehensible loss that, I went from, I had one sister, I have one sister. And so there's just I've never had a brother. And that was a moment in my life where I felt like, this is what it's like to have a brother, sort of. And then he's gone. So, yeah, the chill got a little bit deep at the end. Yeah, we'll find some more lighthearted things to read and discuss in future streams. But tomorrow I'm off. I'm doing D&D. Yeah. Tomorrow I'm off doing D&D. I will be back most likely Saturday night, I think, if I'm up for it. I know this week has been very long for me and grueling, and I am going to take my rest where I can, which probably means sleeping in on Saturday, if I can do that. I might get up early, exercise, and then go back to bed and sleep the rest of the day. Or I might just sleep in and then do exercise later. One of those things will happen. But enjoy your BreakCon. I am looking forward to mine, but it won't be tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll have to be up early. Yeah, so anyways, let's go find someone to raid, because that is the thing that we do. Okay, so who do we have left out of our friends? Do we have any? Don't recognize anyone. Okay, so well, we can give someone new a try. El Sumne. Let's try this guy. Okay, so I'm going to try someone I don't know at all. And we'll see what this is going to be like. Hopefully this will be fine. Anyways, thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. Enjoy the rest of your evening or day, as the case may be, and we will see you again soon. Battle continues.